Recording in progress.
Recording. Good morning.
Ripple.com HTML.
How is everyone's morning?
I'm fine.
You're not late, no. You're totally fine. In fact, we'll probably wait a few more minutes here. We tend to start at 8:35 instead of 8:30. Because everyone comes at 8:35.
8:35.
It starts at
continue
8:30,
the
but
last
everyone comes at
lesson?
8:35.
8:35.
Do we continue the last lesson that we make games?
We're continuing that idea, but not the particular file now. Today we're doing more a jumping based thing. Platformers.
Okay. What about my if our character get health 0, you died.
Oh yeah, we're not using that same file right now.
Okay.
Eventually we'll take everything we've learned and make one single game with it. But for now we're going to platforming stuff. Jumping and a little more advanced game stuff actually, you know?
Yay, advanced games.
Yeah.
I'm really good at modern games, but old games like my mom's games, like Candy Crush, I'm really bad at it. But my mom is like a god at Candy Crush.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going actually very old. We're doing more like Mario based stuff.
Mario? I
Yeah,
think Mario is modern.
In a way, it's having a resurgence, you know? It was made like in the 70s or whatever. But yeah, we're doing jumping and then eventually doing like platforming and stuff. If you've heard of Celeste, very similar idea of like jumping into platforms, you know?
I cut my hair. I love Roblox very much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Roblox has
Like
some kind of
I
thing, like
can't
parkour.
imagine how we make jump
I love
button.
obbies from Roblox. I love obbies. I'm like a god at obbies, but sometimes I'm actually a little bit bad at it.
I feel ya. Oh yeah, I probably should have been more specific. But by Mario being old, I mean like the original Mario, like the pixels, you know.
I
Mario
love it.
Bros.
I have a game, but it died.
Oh yeah, I've never really done much Pokemon games.
Hi, Teach.
Hello.
I'm back from school.
Good morning. Wait.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
Mr. Quinn. What should we call you, Mr. Quinn or just Quinn?
Yep, Quinn's fine, or teacher, or whatever you want.
Did you know I just went on a 3-day trip to Khao Yai with my school?
Oh wow,
It was a field trip.
man, sounds fun.
I had to make fertilizer out of elephant poop, and I had to type.
Oh wow.
In the morning, why could you get to eat KFC and not me? Dude, go get that.
Just eat anything. It's good form as a pet food.
All right. Things have happened. Oh, hello, Kahome.
Hello.
All right, I have a giant monitor here, and I can't find the time. There we go. Okay. Cool, couple more minutes.
This is what I call lag.
All right, while we're waiting here for a few more minutes, does anyone have a joke? Anyone have a clever joke they can say or put in chat? The best joke wins a a prize.
What do you call a dinosaur that snores? A dinosaurus.
That's pretty good. That's Norris.
Yeah. I learned it from a cartoon in Poppy Playtime.
Oh, Poppy play. Oh, wow. Right.
Yeah. Bronze or something. Bronze the
It's
dinosaur.
Bronze.
He was a-
Braun the dinosaur because he's pretty much the chapter 3 thing antagonist.
Yeah,
This is what people are speculating, but I don't know. Mr.
I watched
Matt Pat thinks not.
his origin.
Stop.
I watched his original form already episode, and he was actually a comedy guy
Huh.
in a country. But he moved to the city. It was very hard for him.
Huh. Yeah, I haven't actually played Poppy Playtime yet. I think a lot of stuff about it though. Katie, if you have your hand up, you can unmute if you like.
What do you call a cat's favorite plant? A cactus.
Ah, nice.
What do you call a volcano that has a runny nose?
What?
A volcanoes.
That's pretty good. Volcanoes. Oam says, what is the worst thing about seasickness? It comes in waves. Yep.
We're not gonna talk about games. We're just gonna
Teacher?
towards to learning.
Yep.
We're just gonna towards to learning.
I have joke about my job. Why did the golfer bring 2 pair of pants?
Why? Oh no, I'm never gonna know. Oh, you gotta tell me the answer. Or did I not hear it? Shoot. Maybe I got... Is my microphone right? No? Yeah?
I didn't hear too.
Me neither.
Looks like we're never gonna be able to hear the
Why
end.
did
Oh
the
dear.
chicken cross the road?
Why?
To get to the other side.
We all know
It's
this
repetitive.
song.
I know.
Sing it then.
Oh, talking about the CG5 song?
Why did the chicken cross?
Right.
That was the hugest troll for Tommy in it. That was the
All right, we'll go ahead and start now. I feel like once I start, 20 people are gonna jump on, but we will see here.
Teacher, do you know my joke answer?
I do not.
In case we got a hole in one.
Oh, okay. Guys, we have the answer. You figure it out. All right.
What is it?
All right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start now. Okay. Let me... Boom. I have a bunch of replets to open up here. All right, there we go. So, as always, we are on Replit.com.
Yeah.
Link in chat as always. Once we're on here, we'll go click on create, type in the template HTML, click on HTML, CSS, JS, and click create REPL. And if you haven't noticed, Replit has updated their little icons. They're kind of more advanced. Kind of neat. All right. And by now, everyone probably knows the drill. To home that little symbol, it doesn't do anything in coding, but it is the symbol in math for shoot, what's the name of it? It's like, what's that? Let me find it.
Calculus.
It's more the symbol in like algebra 2. It's interestingly, it's basically just a for loop, but for math. There we go. Summation. It basically just means, okay, you kind of like do certain stuff, and then you say, keep adding this value to this number and give me the sum of each time it's gotten that number. It's basically, as I said before, a for loop, but for math. In fact, almost everything in JavaScript is just a part of math. Variables are part of like algebra. Yeah, for loops have a thing. Functions are a big part of algebra. I'll tell you, like if you learn JavaScript, when you get to algebra, you'll do it way easier. On Cajon, the infinity, or the little 8 thing, it just means infinity. Again, none of these symbols actually do something in JavaScript, though. You use different stuff for that. All right. Put K, you may unmute. Oh, okay. Never mind. So, as usual, we'll see on line 13 here, we have source, src, script.js. We can just delete that entire line. Make sure to delete everything in that line on line 13. And then copy the code I sent in chat. Select it, copy it, and then paste it where line 13 was. And I'm going to be pasting it a couple times here. Only I get the spam. To Kailu's iPad, if you can go on chat, you can kind of select it. You like hold on where the text is, and then you have a little select bar, and you kind of like drag it to catch everything. Click on where you've selected, click copy, and then on Replit, like you hold down, and then you can paste it. Is it your Zoom on mobile and then you're writing on a computer, or other way around? Okay. The other thing, I will go ahead real quick, and in case someone needs it, I can like post it on Facebook. In case like your Zoom and other stuff on in different areas. The other way would be to grab code from an earlier class. All right. So I'll go ahead and assume everyone's done that. We'll now go to the script.js and type in void space setup, setup, left parenthesis, after parentheses, left curly brace, enter. Then we'll write size, size, left parenthesis, 400, comma space, 400, semicolon at the end. Go home, code looks good. And now we have that big gray box. And then we'll go ahead and make a couple new lines and do void draw. VOID space DRAW. Left parenthesis, after parentheses, left curly braces, enter. And we are set up and ready to go. And once you're done with all this, give me a done in chat. And in case you missed it, make sure to do this stuff in index as well. I'll paste it one more time. Oh no, Pawan, if you click the link, you do horrible stuff happens. Taya, you may unmute.
Why do we always have to write like the script of SRC, all that? Why do we always have to write the same thing?
Good question. Because I assume you're talking about this part.
Yeah, I am.
Processing JS is a third-party library, which basically means like a big group of people created JavaScript, then other people created processing JS. All this like void, like draw, setup, rect, ellipse, fill, background. Those are all processing JS keywords. They're not built in with JavaScript. So what this does, the first line, it grabs the actual package for processing JS. Again, we've clicked on it before. If you actually go to what you're getting, again, this is what you're getting. You're getting all this code here. It's all been minified, so it looks horrible, but then you're setting up your script a little bit and you're adding a canvas. That's all you're doing.
Okay, got that.
All right. Good question. All right. So let's go ahead here and do a bit of setup in creating our environment to be able to jump in, because you can't just jump alone, you know. You need to jump in a world. In our draw function, we'll go ahead and add a background, 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 left parenthesis, and then I want a nice blue, so I'm going to do 50, comma space 100, comma space 200, and a semicolon at the end. And then I'm going to click enter, and I also want a ground, but I know I want that ground to be green, like graph. So I'll first add a fill, F-I-L-L, left parenthesis, and then another color. I want it totally green, so I'll just do 0, comma space 255. That's all green, comma space 0, semicolon at the end. and then click enter one last time and do a rect, R-E-C-T, left parenthesis, and I want this rectangle at a particular point. I want it to be 0, so at the very left side, comma space 300. So it's way near the bottom because it's only ground. Comma space, I want it 400 pixels wide, so it takes up the entire screen. And then 100 pixels high. And semicolon. And now when I run it, I get this nice little world. Has some green grass and a sky. And to Punjaron, if you'd like, you can put your code in chat. And go ahead, when you're done with this, put a done in chat. And Taya, you can unmute if you need to.
I don't need to. I just forgot to put it down. It
Right.
works.
Nice. All right, put K, looks good. Everyone looks good. Good job. All right, to comb, a couple things. One, you don't have a comma after your 0. You just have 0 and then the next number. You need to have a comma after each number. Also, you have 500 instead of 300. The second number should be a 300, 300. Samroy, that's how you would say it. I see also you have a like a backslash at the end there, at the very end. I'm not sure if that was a typing thing or not. That should be all. Yep, looks good now. Then looks good. Ka'al looks good. Everyone looks good. All right. Now let's go ahead and make our player. To jump, we need a player to be able to jump. So let's go ahead. Couple new lines after setup here. We want to make a variable in between the draw and setup functions because we know that we want our player to jump. And what does jumping mean in programmatically, right? Jumping just means you're changing the y axis, or you're changing how high it is, right? You're changing the second number. We've done before when we're just like moving it, or just, just saying y minus equals 5. That would be moving it up. And that's what jumping is in a way.
Can this link in chat? This one.
Yeah.
Can I see your index? Because can you send that in chat too?
Yes.
Don't have. Okay, thank you.
Oh, and remember, your script is going to look like this initially. Make sure to delete the entirety of your script.js, like script src script.js. All the stuff on line 13, you can delete it and then paste in that code. And
Okay.
Tim, yeah, that's the goal. One day we're going to put everything together. All right. Shoot, where is... There we go. All right, so in between setup and draw here, we can go ahead and make another variable. Go let space y space equals, and then we'll do 250, because I know from experience that's where I would want my square to be. and make sure to add a semicolon at the end. This is one of those lines where you need a semicolon. And to Cahoom, if you're, I'm not sure what you're saying there, you might want to put your code in chat if it's a like Canvas problem. Or you might want to reload your Replit, not sure. Huh. Maybe try refreshing it. Maybe try copying your code before you refresh it, just in case. Because sometimes it does do weird stuff. All right. Now that we have the variable, we can go ahead, make a couple new lines after the first rectangle. I know I want my player to be yellow, so I'm going to go ahead and make a fill real quick. Fill. Left parenthesis, and then do 255, comma space 255, comma space 0. That should be pure yellow. Oh, and yeah, 10. Don't restart your entire computer. Just restart like the Replit, like the little refresh button up here. Oh, and add a semicolon at the end. So we have our fill. Katie, you can unmute.
How can we make white color?
Could you say again?
Can we make white color?
Yeah, you just do all of it 255. 255, comma, space 255, comma, space 255. Pawan, I believe I pasted my link in chat. Do you mean the repo link or this link? Put it both in. Okay. Now, after the fill, we'll go ahead and do a rect, R-E-C-T, left parenthesis, and then we're gonna want 100, comma space y, right? Using the variable like before, 100, comma y, comma space, and then 50, comma space 50. This is the width and height, how wide or tall our rectangle is, and we're gonna make a square. Make it 50 and 50. And semicolon at the end. There we go. Oh, you mean like this one? There you go. Not sure how helpful it's going to be, but all right. Cahoom. Yep. Cahoom. I noticed that you don't have the other two lines here. You don't have like the variable or the next fill and rect. That's very important to have. Proud looks good. Al looks good. And yeah, go ahead and give me a done in chat when you're done, everyone. Oh, the shell is kind of like a terminal, like, yeah, a Punjira, like a console. In here, yeah, this is literally just a console. It's like the old computer way of using a computer without like clicking and stuff. It's how computers used to be before they figured out how to do like the clicking at different icons. Programmers like to use it.
Can you send this one in chat?
Yeah. Yep, Punjaran looks good. All right. Now we have our player, and now let's go ahead. Oh,
The problem.
Oh yeah. Here, I'll go ahead real quick. I'll stop my share, and anyone who has a problem can share their screen. That technically, oh yeah, you don't have a variable. Here, let me share my screen. You need to have this on line 5 here. I have a let y equals 250. Because you have a variable down here, but you don't have you haven't created the variable. You're using it, but not creating it. All right, let's go ahead and try to make jumping. First of all, we're going to go ahead and make a new variable here. New line. This is right after the y variable. Let y equals 250. We'll go let, and then jump, JUMP, equal sign, and then 0, semicolon. We need a semicolon. Let jump equals 0. Taya, you may unmute.
What about moving?
Say again?
What about moving?
Moving is fine. Jump is a little better just because that's what we're doing. If you want the perfect name, you could use force, FORCE. Just because that's the literal thing you're doing. You're creating force, which is a kind of physics term, where all things that are moving have a certain amount of force pushed on upon them to have it move. But for here, our only goal is to jump, so I was going to put jump. All right, so let jump equal 0. And now, a couple of new lines. Right after the player, rect, we're going to add a new, very important line here. It's y space minus equals, or minus sign, equal sign, space jump, and a semicolon at the end. Y minus equals jump. Right now, this won't do anything because we're minusing 0 from 250, which, anything minus 0 is still that number. You're not doing anything. So if you run it, nothing should happen. But we will be able to do something very soon. All right. Ka'au looks good. Oh, Ka'au. Well, yeah, I guess. Remember, you are using to use on your jump, Ka'au. Just make sure to do that every time you use the variable. It's fine to change the name of the variable. Just make sure you're consistent. Plawan, how to make it gray? Gray would be something like 50, 50, 50 would be gray. And yeah, beam, it's minus equals. Because we're not setting it equal to jump, we're minusing jump from it. Or right now we're minusing 0 from it. And yep, Leo looks good. And to puncher on, I will say you're not going to be able to use all of that key code stuff. For this lesson, you're not going to be able to use any of it, unfortunately. You can add part of it later, but or you can kind of if you kind of know what you're doing, you can mess around with it, make sure it works. But for what we're doing today, you're not going to use it how you think you're going to. All right. Yeah, so Punjab, I would suggest keeping with the code I have here, just because there's a lot more to it than you think. Making jumping is a little finicky. All right. So, couple new lines here, and instead of doing how I normally do to like make jumping, which would be like a key code, I'm gonna make it a little easier here, but also more fun. Outside of the draw function. So make sure you're outside of the draw function here, outside of the left curly brace. Write void, void, space, key, key, and then pressed, capital P, ressed, pressed. Left parenthesis, and outside the parentheses, left curly brace. Enter. Key pressed. Make sure the key, the K, is lowercase, and the P is uppercase. All right, Leo, Kaal looks good. Actually, to Kaal, you don't have the parentheses. Just right after the D in pressed, go ahead and add a left parenthesis. And Pun looks good. All right. Yeah, sorry if I'm going a little fast for anyone. I'll take a good break to let you catch up. I just want to make sure we have something made here, because there's two more little things we need to do. We need to, after the jump variable, we need to add one last variable. I'm gonna click enter here and do let, and then space ground, GROUND, ground. Ground will be used to say I am on the ground, because we don't want people to be able to jump when they're off the ground. You can only jump when you're on the ground. So let ground, then equals, and then true, TRUE. And make sure to add that semicolon. Let ground equals true. We may have used this before. It's a Boolean. True, it just means it's correct. Am I on the ground? Yes. If it was false, FALSE, it means I am not on the ground. Kailu, you better go char that. Or write really quickly. Okay, so once we have the ground variable, in key pressed, we can now say our final bit of code, well, not final, but main bit of code, if left parenthesis, and all we need to do here is just put ground and nothing else. If ground, and then outside the parentheses, we do left curly brace, enter. And then all we need to do is we need to do jump, JUMP, equal sign, 5, semicolon. And we are good. Remember, this isn't equals or plus equals or minus equals. This is just equals. We're making jump 5, and that is all. All right. There is all my code there. You can go ahead and write it down. And when you're done, put a done in chat. And if it doesn't work, put a help. And to see if it works, go ahead and click run. Make sure to click on your canvas and then click any letter, and your rectangle goes off into space. The reason it goes off into space is because we set jump to 5. So y minus equals 5, which remember when y goes lower, it goes up, because up here is 0, down here is 250. So y minus equals 5. Every frame, it goes 5 pixels up. And that's all. We're not done. We haven't made gravity or the ground. And that is a very important part of gravity. If there was no gravity on the Earth and I jumped, I would go into space. And I would die. Just like a rectangle did. It's a tragic ending. To home, everything looks good except on your y equals jump in the draw function here on line 17, you should have y minus equals jump. Y minus sign equals sign jump. Down here, you just have jump equals 5, but here you have y minus equals jump.
How is the some code working tablet?
Right. Okay, yeah. It's gonna be tough to have it work on a tablet. For now, I would suggest follow along best you can and then try it on a computer later.
What about how we making press jump button?
Yeah, I'm not sure how you would do that on a tablet. The main problem that I would say you can do like a click thing, but click things don't really work with the canvas because you tend to select the canvas instead of click inside the canvas. Next class I'll see how to do stuff in tablet, but for now follow on best you can and then try it later on a computer.
Watch YouTube how to.
Yeah, that works. All right. Ow, code looks good. Proud, code looks good. Leo, code looks good. And everything is good. Okay. Indy, you can unmute.
Okay, can I show my screen for a second?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, I can see I cannot move the block.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's all it should do right now. It should ascend into space. All right, and Cajon, you can mute.
Teacher, why I cannot jump?
I'll get you one moment. Cajon. Oh, there we go. It works. Good job. All right, Sheen, you can share your screen if you don't mind. I can see.
Here.
All right. All right, on line 22, you spelled jump with a capital J instead of a lowercase j.
Okay.
Here, how do I unplug you? There we go. All right. Good job, everyone.
Teacher, I cannot jump.
Who say that? Oh, okay. Go ahead and here, go ahead and share your screen one more time and probably see what it is. All right, if ground jump equals 5. Could you look up a little bit? Huh, no, that works.
Can I see? Does it need to be spacebar?
No, you don't need them. Go ahead and look at your screen. Like,
Here.
yeah. And now click on your canvas.
Where?
Yeah, click on the actual, like, click on your square there, like the little yellow guy. And then click any key, like A.
Okay.
Huh. Okay. Now look back at your code. Shoot. Anyone else see what's wrong? Huh. Key pressed. Wow. Okay. Follow along best you can for a little while. I'll come back and help you. Just that way I can get
Can
everyone
you
else
send
read
that
some
in
code.
chat? Can you send in chat?
Yeah. All right. All right. So next thing we want to do is create gravity. And gravity is actually pretty easy to create. Just go up here. In the variables area we have, click enter and say let gravity, gravity, gravity.
Teacher, I cannot see your screen.
Oh shoot.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
Me too. Me too. Me too.
Thank you.
I cannot see your screen. I can only see my screen.
I'm sorry. Oh no. Okay, I'm back. Thank you, everyone. I keep doing that. I need like a sign. Make sure your screen is shared. Okay. So, as I was saying, gravity is very easy to create if you can watch what your teacher's doing. If I share my screen, it's easy to create. Okay. Make a new line after let ground here and do let gravity, gravity, let gravity. And set it equal to 0.5 and add a semicolon. And to do 0.5, make sure it's just 0 and then like period 5. 0.5. All right, let gravity equals 0.5. And then down in your draw function, make sure in your draw function here, make a new line and say if left parenthesis y is less than sign, or here, do it this way, less than sign. That,
If you finish, teacher, I can do now. I copy you and I can do now. But if I get jump and it go infinity jump.
yep. Yeah, right now, what we're doing right now is adding gravity. Before, yeah, it would just go way up. Here we're adding gravity. Make sure to do the let gravity equals 0.5 here, very important. And here, we'll do if y is less than 250, which means the moment it starts jumping, right? The moment you start jumping, you go above 250, or you go less than 250. Left curly brace enter. And what do we want to do when you go above 250? Well, what we can do is slowly lower jump by doing this. Jump minus sign, minus equals gravity, semicolon. Jump minus equals gravity. What this will do is say, okay, you're jumping, you're going 5 pixels up per frame. Okay, well now every frame go half a pixel left. So next frame you're going 4.5, then 4, 3.5, 3, 2.5, 2.5, I know, yeah, 1.51, 0.50. So now you're at the peak of your jump. You're going 0 frames per second for 1 frame, and now you're going back down. You're going negative. And what you learn in, I believe, 4th grade. I'm not sure, 6th grade. Minusing 2 negative numbers, like when you do y minus equals -5, will just add more. Y minus equals -10, it just means plus 10, right? So you're adding more and you're going back up to 250. And last thing, one more thing here. New line, right after jump minus equals gravity, we just need to add ground, GROUND, equals false, FALSE, semicolon. Ground equals false because we're no longer on the ground, which is very important because down here, we say if the ground is true, jump equals 5. The reason for that is because once we get off the ground, we don't want to be able to hold down a key and keep jump at 5. Then you just ascend to space. So we want to set ground to false so that you can no longer keep jumping. And if I run it and click on the canvas and press the key, my box goes up a little bit and then down to the ground because we have not made ground yet. We made gravity, but we haven't made the ground to stop you from falling into the center of the earth.
Teacher, I have a problem.
Yep. Here, I'll give me a couple minutes for everyone to go ahead and look at the code, and then I'll help you out. So everyone go ahead, write down this code, put a done in chat when you are done.
I have a problem, teacher.
And all right. Also, if you can, go ahead and if you have a problem, go ahead and copy your code and then send it in chat.
Teacher, now when you jump and the floor doesn't let you stay on the ground, it's like in Mario when you die, you actually jump a little bit and then go to the ground.
Right. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah. That's probably how they coded it, you know? We'll code how to make ground in a second, but they probably said, okay, unless, like, do stuff for ground, unless death is true or something, and then you slow it down. All right. All right, Eugene, you don't have the gravity variable. Right after ground, make a new line and write let gravity, GRAVITY, equals 0.5. Oh yeah, and also after the jump minus equals gravity down here on line 20, just make a new line and then say ground equals false. One other thing. That was both for Eugene. All right, Leo, code looks good. Tin, code looks good. I notice you have a little extra thing, TYN. You have a little extra thing at the end here of like jump equals 0.5. I don't know if that was like copy paste thing, but like if that's in your code, go ahead and get rid of it. But I'm not sure. Put in your own code looks good. All right. Home code looks good. Good job, everyone. All right. And Eugene, you can now unmute.
I do it. I can do it now.
All right, good job. All right. And Katie, you can unmute.
My entire work just disappeared. I mean, not only in the script, I mean in the index too.
Oh shoot. Okay. For your index, go ahead and try doing Control V. Control Z should put it back. Unless it was something way worse that happened. I'm not sure. All right. Hopefully you better figure that out. If not, here, I'll paste all the code in chat and then you can, if you need to, you can copy and paste it. All right. And Eugene, you can unmute. Okay. All right. Okay, we're getting a little tight on schedule here, but there's one more thing we need to do. We need to create the ground. Are we ready to make ground? Because right now, first we're going up into space, and now we're going down to a way worse place. So after the if statement, it's a very simple script. We just do if left parenthesis y is greater than 250. Make sure it's a greater than sign and not a less than sign. The first one should be a less than sign. Second one should be a greater than sign. If y is greater than 250, say again?
Can you send this in chat?
Yeah, I will. So if y is greater than 250, which means you are currently below this line on the ground here, right? This line right here is 250, where the player is. So if you're below where you should be, left curly brace, enter. What we're going to do is first say y equals 250, semicolon. Not plus equals or anything, just equals. We're going to say if you're below 250, just make it at 250. You know, put yourself right at 250. Enter. One more thing we need to do. We need to do jump equals 0, semicolon. So you immediately stop jumping, which in this case you actually be going down. So you immediately stop going down, jump equals 0. And final thing, enter, we say ground equals true, semicolon.
Can you send this in chat?
Yes. Now, how all this works, as I said, first we make ourselves at the correct place, we stop jumping, or in this case, stop falling, and then we say, okay, we're now on the ground, so now we can jump again. And if I run this, okay, here I am, click on the canvas, I'll click A, and I jump. I don't fall into oblivion or into space, and I can keep jumping. And there we go. We are officially done. That was it. We have now made jumping. Indiana, you can unmute.
Okay, now mine cannot even jump.
Shoot. Okay. I will help you in one moment. I'll let people make sure everyone has made the code. And go ahead when you're done, put a done in chat. And if you're having trouble, try to copy and paste your code in the chat.
Teacher, when I hold my space bar so long, it just keeps on jumping and never stops.
Yeah. And that should be how it is. Yeah, good job.
Teacher, can you send everything in chat?
Yes, I can. Oh. All right. Punjaron looks good. Yep, everything looks good. Indy, let me see
Teacher.
here.
I have a problem, teacher.
All right, give me one moment here. Da-da. Yep. I'm not sure what's wrong with Indy's code. Hit key, press, jump. Oh, I see. Indy. You have two less than signs. Basically, you have less than signs on both if statements. The first one should have a less than sign. The next one should have a greater than sign. Why is it greater than 250? Greater than sign like this, or not sure if I'm mirrored or not. Whatever. Just the other one. Because remember, we want to check if y is less than 250 or if it's greater than 250. All right. And I'll stop my share here. And Eugene, you can share your screen or whatever you need to do, or put your code in chat. I'm not sure.
I'm done.
Good job.
I can jump now. I want thing that can die that square.
Yes. And yeah, and next time we'll be able to we'll do like moving around, adding platforms. In fact, I should say before we do anything else, go ahead up here at the top left, you see like your username here, a little 5 and like a name. Click here, and then down here in name, you can actually name your project. I'm going to name it well, I'm actually going to name it Jump 2 because I've done it twice now. But go ahead and name yours Jump, and then you just click out, and now it's named Jump. And then next class we will use the same code to make a platform and stuff, more and more stuff to do for our platformer. I will keep building off of it until we make a awesome game. Speaking of, given that it's an awesome game, you can also just name it awesome game instead of Jump. But make sure whatever name you put it, remember that name, and we'll grab it next time. All right, and to Lumamp, actually, I think it's really good here to have jump equal 12. If you want to make the jump higher, go ahead and just do that in the key pressed area when you set the initial jump. Jump equals 12 is really good for me. It's a nice, good height. A great platforming height, by the way. If you set it any more than that, you get really high. So 12 is a nice, good number. All right. And Eugene, you can mute. Lumamp, I did on line 32 down here in the key pressed.
I
round.
had a problem, teacher. It's not cool.
All right. I'll stop my share. I'm not sure. Is there any way you can share your screen or whatever you need to do? Oh, there we go.
It's not.
All right. Okay, I see a problem. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I'll walk you through it here. You have a couple things. The one thing is that on the if y is less than 250, you don't have this little ground equals false. Go ahead and add that. Home code looks good. All
Thằng
right. And then down here in ground, you have the inside of this if statement instead of the jump equals 12. Go ahead and copy the code you have inside that if ground. And then delete it. And then make an if statement here with if y is greater than 250. Put the code you copied in there, and then put down here jump equals 12. So go ahead and look at my code and try to copy that. And oh yeah, and yeah, go ahead. 933. If your code works and looks good, you can go ahead and leave. Good job. Hope you had a good time. I will see you same time next week. And make
Okay,
sure to
goodbye.
name your project, by the way. Make sure to name your project.
Bye,
Very important.
teacher.
Goodbye. All right, proud. Code looks good.
Bye,
job.
teacher.
Goodbye.
Bye, teacher.
Oh yeah, and Katie, you can unmute.
Bye, teacher.
Goodbye.
Can I change my
Bye, teacher.
Can I share my screen?
Give it 1 second because I know Eugene is probably still reading it.
Teacher,
Yep.
I named my project Keep Jumping or You Die.
Very good. That'd be a cool name
I
for a
want the
game.
game.
Sorry, but that's a little
I
bit
want-
good.
I want my game to be about only jumping
Yeah,
because
Then
if you stop jumping, you'll just automatically die.
that's good.
That's just plagiarism for Geometry Dash.
True.
Thank you, teacher. Bye-bye.
Welcome. Bye. All right.
Bye.
K, you can unmute. Or
Bye.
oh shoot, I
So
muted you by
if we're
accident.
done, we can go.
Bye, teacher.
Goodbye.
I want to share my screen.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Um.
It's forever jump.
All right, home. I'm actually going to paste my code in chat here, and then if you want, you can look at the
Bye-bye.
code in chat to copy from.
I'm
if
gonna
you
go
can
now.
Copy. All right, and I'll stop my share real quick, and anyone who needs to can share their screen. All right. Oh. Everything looks correct. But yeah, if you put jump at a and it came back. There we go. Good job. I didn't expect it to come back. All right. Anyone else? All right, looks great. I love the colors. I noticed that okay, you do have a slight problem here in that on line 25, jump should be 0. That's probably why you're having this like looping effect. That's not where you change jump. You change jump in the key pressed area. Down line 32 is where you should change jump. For now, you can go ahead and click run. It should be all good. If you like the looping, you can keep it, but there we go. And then you can change your jump now to 12 or 100 or whatever. I like 12. All right. Looks good. Yep. There you go. Great job.
Can you show mine?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you got 2 of them. Nice. I might even suggest, well, yeah, if you have 2, be difficult. Yeah, never mind. Good job. You can even like do a whole group, or one thing you can do.
I was trying to make a spaceship.
Oh yeah. If you do want to do multiple things, one cool thing is, let's say I had an ellipse, right? And I put it at I can put it at like 120, and then y plus 50, or y plus yeah, we'll go y plus 50, and then also like 2020. I would get a not quite minus 50. There we go. That's too high. Well, you get the idea. You can like mess with y here to like use a minus on a variable and kind of move it around, and then you have like a shape that jump at the same time. I was trying to make a head, but it didn't work.
Next time I'm gonna make a meteor.
Oh, wow. All right. All right. Eugene, how are you doing there?
I'm finished now. Teacher.
All right. Good job.
Bye bye.
Goodbye. All right. Oh yeah, and Cajon, yeah, you can show. All right. Oh, looks great. Love the colors.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right. And see you all next week. And make sure to remember to name your project. And goodbye.